And river, we just gonna be jamming. He will certainly have sometimes a better hand, but he can easily have 8-3 suited here, which is never going to be folding. Of course, he can have kings, ace-8, pocket sevens, but so be it. We're gonna send it. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another live play. We have two very interesting tournaments. I have a couple of other tournaments in total, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 tournaments. I'm recording these two because they're the most interesting. Heads up against Charles Darwin, one of the best tournament recs in the world. We play heads up for a significant amount of money, and on the top left, we are playing 10 left in the 5K Highroller, which is a Sunday event. We're currently in second position, and I decided it would be a great... the 8 is pretty bad. I think I can start folding some 7x against Snowball Bet. So yeah, it's my first session after I took a break for almost 2 months, I would say. I don't think we have two streets of value here, so I'm gonna check back the turn as well. I think Queen 10 we can bet turn and river. I have a very dry throat today. I don't know why. I think we can raise now. He will have a lot of ace highs. He might have pocket sevens, pocket sixes, a deuce. So definitely going to be raising here. Jesus. So we're quite deep. I think that's pretty fun to play such a deep heads up. It's very much borderline. And we get immediately punished for a very loose open. So the 5K is stacked with excellent players, as you already can see on my table. And on the other table, we have pretty much the creme de la creme. Where is it? Here we go. So we got Omar for Roads Limitless European Fish 2013 and the Nerd Guy. 10-5 and hearts. I wouldn't check raise. I think I would be check raising something like 8-9 with a backdoor flush draw, 7-8 with a backdoor flush draw, these sort of hands. Where is interesting. Yeah, he has a lot of King X in his check back range, so I don't necessarily want to bet in his King X heavy check back range. Let's see what he had here. Ace deuce, yeah. Not sure if he bluff catches enough ace X that would justify value betting our 10 there. So I think check decide is our way to go. It's not the worst combo to bluff, but I prefer taking my 8x and then, yeah, bluffing blanks because he's going to have a lot of ace queens, ace kings that will call turn and then fold river. Yeah, actually gonna bluff this combo now on the river. I think 6s and 7s would protection bet already on the turn, so it's gonna have a lot of ace kings, ace queens, ace 8s, ace 7s, and not sure if he's gonna defend all of those. He certainly has to defend some ace highs, and he's gonna raise. I don't know with what, maybe turn pocket 3s, but we don't need to keep wasting any more time. Pretty good board for his range, so we should definitely have some checkbacks. I mean, we're also going to be opening a lot of craps, so but I definitely also want to use some bigger sizing since this board is quite dynamic. If he raises, it gets quite nasty. All right, I don't mind. King 7 suited, we have an easy fold here. The 9 is pretty much a blank, so we can just keep betting big. And now this is also a turn where we're going to go broke all day long. Going to be limping the queen 9 off. I expect a lot of folds on this. Yeah. On this turn. Here with 2 overcards against the range where you will have a lot of 3 5s, 3 6s. We still perform quite alright against a lot of his protection value bets. A good hand to barrel some turns against some better ace highs. We'll check back some ace highs with more showdown value. And we are on the final table as it seems. Let's see who busted. He shoves the ace 5 and runs into Europeans pocket 8s. Raising is fine, but I think it would be a little bit of an overkill. I mean, not necessarily overkill, but like overplay. I think it just call it plays a little easier, and then we're gonna be calling any turns, and yeah, this sizing is looking pretty good, and we're gonna be calling any unless he goes all in or fires a ridiculous sizing. But I mean, he could even value bet something like 9-8, 10-8. He's definitely capable of doing some fancy lines. So if he now fires an overbet, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's always bluffing here, or he could never have a value hand. But I don't think I can ever fold here with not blocking any bluffs. And wow, Darwin, you nasty little. King 10 off, easy defend against a 3-bet. That's not our flop. I mean, this is one of the spots when you raise the flop, bet the turn. You know, it's like you should have raised the flop, but this is can happen in poker, and yeah, nothing you can really do. Oh. I'm gonna see bet small. I think ace high is gonna be calling, but I will certainly also sometimes check back. Just have a very rough 6-5. Yeah, I think we can raise here. And we continue barreling for value. If he doesn't have a king, it's going to be hard to get value anyway. So I think I just punted it very hard in another tournament. This final table, actually we have a good position since we have most of the big stacks to our right. And we got all the short stacks to our left. We got a 3-bet call. Yeah, I mean, this is just very nasty for graph tackle. I guess there's just nothing you can do apart from 3-bet calling. Yeah, we're just going to be check raising here, especially when their flush draws present. And we're going to be quite polarized here. So the 7 is actually pretty good. It gives us some straight draws. So we're going to keep betting here with a relatively high frequency. And we're just going to be calling here. And river, we just gonna be jamming. He will certainly have sometimes a better hand, but he can easily have 8-3 suited here, which is never going to be folding. Of course, he can have kings, ace-8, pocket 7s, but so be it. We're gonna send it. If he snap calls, this would be quite dirty. With this stack depth, I'm also looking forward to be 3-betting mainly suited hands. Queen Jack suited, I'm going to be start betting the turn, and with king high and some backdoor straight draws, I'm going to be calling for sure. Yeah, I think river we have to check call, unless he chooses some weird sizing once again. But we cannot just only call flushes, because some of our flushes we're going to be leading. If we start folding top pairs here, we just get heavily exploited. And yeah. I think he played it quite fine. I think I would be bluffing 10-6 there as well. King jack off. I mean, his range is going to be incredibly strong that he's opening with. I actually don't mind just folding, to be honest. I think I think this spot, king jack, is actually quite bad, because his bluff's going to be like queen jacks and ace jacks, which you want to be unblocking. So like an ace 4 suited type of hand is much, even ace 8 off. He's not going to be calling all 3-bet that often. And his 4-bet jam is going to be ace, king, aces, and kings. So I think king 8 suited, or yeah, an ace is probably much better, since the jack is just going to be, it only blocks jacks, but it blocks a lot of bluffs. But if you have an ace or king, you always block the ace kings, which are a significant part of his range. Like, he's probably going to be opening like 10 or 12%. Easy call here. Wow, is this a value bet? Maybe he thought, but the kicker is a little bad. And ace queen for around 50 bigs, we got going happily broke heads up. Yeah, I think his kicker is not good enough there to value bet. And we're going to be 4-betting and going broke. Just a matter of finding a sizing that gives us a good price for our bluffs, yet gives him the illusion that he still has 40, which if we bluff he still has, of course. Yeah, I think this is fine. Do it, baby, but don't do it with aces or kings. Everything else I'm fairly content with. It's an interesting flop. Yeah, just betting very small is probably just the way to go. I'm not really afraid of an ace or a king. Like, I prefer that he does something stupid with his 10-9 in spades or ace 4 in spades. I think if he has ace 4 in spades against this sizing, he might just be sending it. Alright, good luck us. And we achieved what we tried to achieve. GG. And we cashed for 28K in this one. I take it. And I'm gonna be I'm probably gonna take a little break. Like, if we're down to like 5 or 6-handed, I think 9-handed is just boring as fuck. Especially, I mean, we're decent at chips though, but the problem is that even though we're second in chips, since these two, it's just going to be a lot of open shoving against them. Yeah, and we still don't want to be, like, if we're middle position, they have a very high collision likelihood that it doesn't really make sense to open heaps. So I think this is a situation where collision likelihood means if we forward, how likely is it that they will go all in against each other, which will increase our EV of forwarding because we're going to be laddering. So just because we're big stack doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be going nuts. And some of these racks are not necessarily famous for their ICM games, but I'm not going to be dropping any names. So yeah, we can of course be a bit looser. But the moment we are cut off, we have to be careful because we cannot just go all in, because Wattenlos and Fish still have, I think we're around 30 big blinds with them. Oh, with Wattenlos actually 20 big blinds now. The blinds just increased. But still, the view of open shoving is not going to be so wide, so good. So I think, yeah, playing from the cutoff is probably still fine. But then hijack and MP, the moment we're going to be opening also into Fish and European, we cannot have an open shoving range anymore. So we need to adjust our range a little bit. Yeah. Just my first impression on how to approach it. All right. Give me a 2-minute break. And as I said, I'm going to be trying to play down to 5 or 6 in it if I manage to do so. And then I probably re-record since it's just going to be more fun.